one, I realized I put the newer information out that I had first before I realized that I had a whole other note full of other information. So let's do that. Okay, so today is the 14th of April 2014. Tomorrow is the 15th, sorry, of April, and on April 15th there will be a total eclipse of the moon, which is the blood moon, which is the first blood moon of the blood moon tetrad. Okay, Tuesday morning, lunar eclipse. The mainstream media is abuzz with reports of a blood moon on Tuesday morning. The scientific term is lunar eclipse. On April 15th at 6 minutes past midnight Pacific time, 3:06 a.m. Eastern time, the moon will enter the sunset colored color shadow of Earth, producing a total eclipse of the moon. I've still got to figure out what time exactly Australia is going to see that. Color of the Earth's shadow, and thus the color of the eclipse moon, depends substantially on the amount of volcanic ash and other aerosols floating in the stratosphere. According to the atmospheric sciences Professor Richard Keene of the University of Colorado, the stratosphere is clear. This means the eclipse will not be blood red, but rather bright orange. Yeah. Lunar eclipses happen all the time. Obviously this one happened on December 21st. It's just these blood moons are a tetrad. It's 4 consecutive blood moons. 2 each year. 2 in 2014 and 2 in 2015. It's just they fall on Jewish holidays every single time of these 4 blood moons. Interesting. Apparently everywhere is going to be visible to see this. Not everywhere, sorry. I'll show you where. And this one has some information on there if you're interested in reading that. I don't really understand it. I just want to see the freaking thing in the sky. But here is where the eclipse will be visible, including eclipse at moonrise. Okay. Moonrise, so that should be the afternoon for us. Pretty sure. But we are going to be able to see it in Australia, North America, South America. So it should be good. Some more interesting news here. CNBC. UN Security Council sets emergency meeting for Sunday. UN Security Council has called for an emergency meeting at Russia's request to discuss the growing crisis in Ukraine. Russia's UN mission sent a text message to reporters saying a closed meeting of the Security Council would begin at 8 p.m. Sunday. The Russian mission said it had requested the meeting. The president of the Security Council confirmed in an email that members have been invited to attend informal consultations on Ukraine Sunday evening. The meeting comes as the new Ukrainian government declared it would deploy armed forces to quash any increasingly bold pro-Russian insurgency in eastern Ukraine. So the crisis in Ukraine is just about to go civil war, basically. That's what I believe. Calling for an emergency meeting. You've seen the latest stuff I've got in one of my other videos. Voice of Russia, April 10th. US pays $8 million a month to have its private armies deployed in Ukraine. British press. According to reports from Donetsk, another group of US mercenaries has landed at the local airport. Mercenaries that the Maidan-approved government in Kiev is going to use for a mop-up operation in the region. Deputy Chief of People's Self-Defense of Donbass, Sergei Siplakov, claims that 100 soldiers of fortune, that's their name, Soldiers of Fortune, have arrived this time. Judging by US and UK press reports, the overall strength of the ground force that the Kiev-based government is going to send to the southeast of Ukraine makes up 1,800. Huh. They have to pay to have their people in there. And that's what they're going to be used for. Mop-up operation. There will be bloodshed in Ukraine very soon. Funny, we got the blood moon tomorrow, so it's going to be interesting what comes out of that. The Diplomat, April 11th. South Korea and the United States holds the largest ever joint air drill. Plus, China's new Shenyang J-15 jet makes an appearance, and the US Air Force's A-10 gets ready to retire. South Korea and the United States are set to hold their largest ever joint air drill later this month. The biannual Max Thunder exercise will be largest ever, according to AFP, involving 103 aircraft and 1,400 troops. U.S. Air Force F-15 and F-16s will operate alongside U.S. Marine FA-18s and EA-18s, and South Korea will include its Air Force's F-15K jets in the exercise. The combined air forces will strengthen their battle readiness under the current situation when tension rises over the Korean peninsula, said a statement released by the South Korean Air Force, according to South China Morning Post. The exercise is largely geared to practical scenarios, including precision attacks on enemy positions, supply drop missions for troops, infiltrating enemy territory, and other endeavors. The exercise comes against the backdrop of the annual Key Resolve and Fall Eagle exercises. Those exercises drew considerable protest from North Korea, which regards the drills as an aggressive show of force. So it'd be interesting to see what North Korea does while they hold this largest ever air drill. I don't know. North Korea has been known to just fire off missiles, so who knows? Heh. Heh heh heh. Breitbart. Obama requests $1.1 billion, DOJ $382.1 million for gun control. Oh yeah, it sounds just like Hitler. President Obama has requested $1.1 billion, and the Department of Justice, DOJ, asked for $382.1 million for gun control to protect Americans from gun violence. Included in the DOJ's $382.1 million figure is a request for $2 million smart gun technology grants. According to the Washington Beacon, Obama's $1.1 billion includes $182 million to support the president's Now Is the Time gun safety initiative. I like the name of that, Now Is the Time. America's got to look out. This is coming. You gotta get ready. Now Is the Time includes the following: require background checks for all gun sales, strengthen the background check system for gun sales, pass a new, stronger ban on assault weapons, limit ammunition magazines to 10 rounds, finish the job of getting armor-piercing bullets off the streets, give law enforcement additional tools to prevent and prosecute gun crime, end the freeze on gun violence research, make our schools safer with new resource officers and counselors, better emergency response plans, and more nurturing school climates, ensure quality coverage of mental health treatment, particularly for young people. Oh, they make it sound so nice. Yes, let's clear up the streets, let's make it all better. But what about the cops? What about all the police violence? I mean, they're people with guns too, and they're American citizens. Should they have gun control laws as well? Oh no, but that's right, the police are to protect the government. That's what people aren't realizing. The police aren't there for us. They're just pawns in a stupid game, and they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. Honestly. It's retarded. Violence as thousands march in Rome against austerity. Russia today, April 12th. At least 80 people, both police and protesters, have been injured as street battles broke out in Rome, with rocks being flung and police deploying pepper spray. Thousands took to the street to march against austerity measures. Good old Anonymous. Oh yeah, he looks like he's having a good old time. Look at that grin on his face. Yeah, there's your police. Yeah, that's your police. And the ones in America are being militarized. How lovely. Yep, wow. You know, good on you guys. Yeah, lovely police. Can't wait till that hits my streets. Yeah, don't believe revolution ain't coming to Australia for those who are in Australia. It is coming. What's up in the EU elections? What's this date? UK, Poland, and Sweden propose EU police mission for Ukraine. 10th of April, sorry. UK, Poland, and Sweden have proposed sending an EU police mission to Ukraine to build up its law enforcement bodies in the wake of February's revolution. Yeah, more cops to just get shot, really, or to shoot people. That's how I see it. Internet users advised to change passwords due to Heartbleed drug. Los Angeles Times reported on April 14th. Following the discovery of a major bug known as Heartbleed, Tumblr has sent out a note encouraging users to change the passwords for all their online accounts immediately. The Heartbleed bug makes it possible for hackers to retrieve code from websites and other online services that would give them access to other information, including user data and passwords. The bug affects services that use the widely popular OpenSSL security library. So, even people I'm watching on YouTube say, change your passwords. So, everyone should be changing the passwords and telling people about the Heartbleed bug. It's affected millions of people already. I just don't have that report. I saw it before, but I'm sorry I didn't grab it. Global growth threatened in $693 trillion derivatives review. I'm not going to read through that one. I honestly don't care. The money is going to crash. I honestly don't care. You guys can read that one. It's April 9th. BBC News, China water contamination affects $2.4 million after oil leak. China's biggest oil company has been blamed for water contamination affecting over 2.4 million people in Lenzhou. State media says the city's environmental protection chief, Yang Zhizang, blamed it on the leak from a pipeline owned by a subsidiary of China National Petroleum Corporation. The pipeline is now being repaired. Man, that'd suck. That's gotta suck. Just like the one that happened in America. That affected, like, what, 300,000? I'm not too sure. Love this one. Marijuana legalization will kill puppies, according to the DEA head.
The fuck?
What a noob.
What the fuck?
Michelle Leonhardt, the head of the Drug Enforcement Administration, has a message for those considering legalizing marijuana. Please think of Fido. Testifying on the DEA budget during a House of Appropriations subcommittee hearing on Wednesday, Leonhardt said she expected a number of things to happen after Washington and Colorado were allowed to go forward with the legalization of marijuana last year. What she didn't anticipate was the impact on a man's best friend. There was just an article last week, and it was on pets. It was about the unanticipated or unexpected consequences of this, and how veterinarians now are seeing dogs come in, their pets come in, and being treated because they've been exposed to marijuana, Leonhardt says.
What?
She is a retard. Honestly,
Good, let them come in exposed.
The head of Drug Enforcement Administration to say this. She has no idea of the facts, or she's just being plain old dumb. Dogs or your animals in your house, if you smoke marijuana, will stay around because they like it.
Because they get high and they don't want it.
YouTube, man.
I've never seen an animal die. If we won't die to them, animals won't die to it.
My best friend Daniel Fraser here just added into my video. She's an idiot. She's an idiot. If an animal doesn't like marijuana, it'll leave. If it likes it, it'll stay. And that's because it has medicinal benefits for you. That's probably why your dog likes it. It's not going to it's not going to the freaking vet because it's sick of marijuana. Good gosh. It's sick of the chemicals in the freaking air. BBC News UK. 12th of April. UK Falklands military exercises provoke Argentina. Argentina has accused the UK of provocation over plans to hold military exercises in the Falkland Islands. It says drills by British forces would include missile launches and were part of a pattern of hostile acts. The British ambassador in Buenos Aires has been summoned by Argentina's deputy foreign minister, who will protest over the new show of military force. What are they doing with Argentina? You're just starting wars with everyone. Stay in your own country. You got problems there. You're decreasing your military. Why don't you just stay there? You spread across the entire globe. You're dumb. Another study. The gateway drug is alcohol, not marijuana. How many times do I have to friggin' say this? How many times have you heard that marijuana is a gateway drug that leads to more harmful drugs? It's constantly used to fuel the negative stigmatism that's associated with marijuana. Previously, there was no science behind this claim. In fact, All the science associated with marijuana continues to detail its tremendous therapeutic potential for a wide range of human ailments. It's important to note that therapeutic potentials are reached when it's taken transdermally, not by smoking it. Gotta look up what transdermally means. By smoking it, you change the chemical composition of the plant. So I guess maybe it means eating it? I don't know, I gotta look that up. The study published in the peer-reviewed Journal of School Health has found that the theory of a gateway drug is not associated with marijuana, but rather one of the most damaging and socially accepted drugs in the world. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is the same article I posted in my last video. It's funny, when people get drunk, what do they like to do? Say, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I'll try it. There you go. There is your initiative in why people get onto harder drugs. Alcohol. Hey, I started off drinking alcohol, then I started smoking cigarettes, and then I started smoking weed. It was the alcohol, man. At least it was for me, and the majority of people. But I kicked the alcohol, so fuck that one. The Guardian. Pro-Russian gunmen seize key buildings in eastern Ukraine. Armed men storm police station and state security service building in Slavansk and distribute weapons. Now, this is probably the reason as to why the UN Security Council sets an emergency meeting. Gunmen have seized a police station and other government buildings in Ukraine's eastern industrial heartland amid a tense deadlock in the country's east, where armed pro-Russian protesters have barricaded themselves inside government buildings and demanded independence from Kiev. I love this article. Reason.com. When was this posted? April 10th. NSA admits to wrongdoing. What now? The director of National Intelligence lied to a congressional committee about the most massive Fourth Amendment violation in history. Will he be prosecuted? Last week, Director of National Intelligence James R. Clapper sent a brief letter to Senator Ron Wyden, a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee, in which he admitted that the agents of the National Security Agency have been reading innocent Americans' emails and text messages and listening to digital recordings of their telephone conversations that have been stored in NSA computers without warrants obtained pursuant to the Constitution. That the NSA is doing this is not newsworthy. Edward Snowden has told the world of this during the past 10 months. What is newsworthy is that the NSA has admitted this, and those admissions have far-reaching consequences. Holy crap. Haha! Good. Well, we didn't need the news media to tell us about this. If everyone just looked at Edward Snowden and realized what area of work he comes from, and the information he's sharing is absolutely 100% proof, then holy crap, man, like, why are we waiting for these guys to bring out stuff? The NSA finally admits to their wrongdoing. I mean, Edward Snowden's already told us. Another thing Edward Snowden told us, which I'll just add in here, I don't know the article, I'll probably have to go and find it. Edward Snowden has showed undeniable proof, I think this is back in 2012, which is interesting, undeniable proof that aliens, yes, aliens, from Edward Snowden, aliens, have been working with the secret government, or the shadow government, ever since 1945. Wait, when did Roswell happen? Around that time. Interesting. I'll have to find that article and share it again. I'll put it in a video. Oh, go away. Scientists have invented a way to survive without breathing. This will be my last article, and I thought I should end it on a more interesting topic than a negative, I guess. I don't know, a lot of people say it's negative news that I'm posting, but my response to that is sometimes you have to see the darker side of it to appreciate the light. So that's what I'm going to stick by. Thanks to science, you can now clear breathing off your schedule for as long as 15 minutes. A group of scientists have developed a new microparticle filled with oxygen that will one day potentially be used in emergency medicine to allow patients to breathe while their airways are obstructed. I think that's pretty effing cool. The lipidic oxygen containing microparticles are a single layer of shell of lipids enclosing a small amount of oxygen. The oxygen is suspended in a liquid mixture, meaning it's unable to form larger bubbles that could easily cause an embolism or other complications. And as the designation microparticles implies, they're just 2 to 4 micrometers wide, making them far smaller than the tiniest objects visible with the naked human eye. Now, how it works: when the microcapsules are injected into the bloodstream, they collide with the red blood cells and near instantaneously transfer about 70% of their contained oxygen into circulation. Rabbits with blocked windpipes were able to survive for about 15 minutes using injections of the substance. According to the authors of the original study, the technology could be used to keep trauma patients alive long enough to safely insert a breathing tube or to perform other life-saving therapies. I think that's pretty effing cool. I've heard another story where they've got one for 30 minutes, but, you know, who cares how long it goes for? The fact that they're bringing out information like this. Now, the health effects of it, I wonder, from those micro particles, how does that affect the body? Hopefully that's positive. That's all the news, guys. I am putting up a new video pretty soon, actually. More of medical and helpful things for your body. So that'll be a good video. Alright, catch you later.